You are now watching Lunch and Learn with Byron Sellers.
Welcome back, y'all, to another Lunch and Learn, man. I'm excited about this one, man. I truly appreciate y'all tapping in. Listen, y'all, I am your host, Byron Sellers, one half of the mobile home elite investors, and my queen Sharnice is the other half. And y'all, today I'm excited, man. I'm super excited, man. We got a special guest, so you definitely want to tune in. This is a special Lunch and Learn, man. We only had one interview so far, so we got another one. But today's interview, you definitely want to tap in because I think today as we talked about vision yesterday, today gives you a vision of where you want to head, especially like the gentleman that we're interviewing today. Again, I think that when we talk to this gentleman, man, you definitely will be inspired by his story. But like I said, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. So, man, before we get this up, let's warm this thing up. Let's warm it up. All right. Let me know. You already know. First and foremost, man, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, and share the channel. Shout out YouTube, shout out Facebook, shout out Instagram, LinkedIn, everybody who is definitely tapping in. Again, I'm excited to be on here with you guys. And do me a favor too. Let me know where y'all checking in from. Drop in the chat where you checking in from. Like I said, we got Instagram on here. What's up, IG? Man, like I said, I got a good one for you all. All right. And do me a favor, share this as well. Say we got some good stuff. So let me know where you checking in from. And again, like I said, we got a good interview. This is a little bit different. I know I've been talking a lot, right? But this one is a special one. Let me go on my Facebook group real quick and turn the volume down because I want to make sure I don't miss nothing in the chat from you all. But let me know where you checking in from in the comments, and then we gonna get started. So let's see. We got H Town in the house. Oh, you gonna like this? If you're in H Town, my Texas folks, y'all gonna really tap in. If you know somebody from Texas, make sure they tap in on this one today. I got Jay, what up from Texas? Shout out my Elite Squad member. Oakland in the house. San Antonio in the house. Oh, we got Texas in the house from IG. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see. PDX. All right, what's up? What's up, Lexi? How you feeling? Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So, like I said, I got a special one. A lot of you all asked me the question of, do I need my dealer's license? Should I be licensed in this industry? And so today I wanted to bring up a expert, a Texas expert. We checking in from the Lone State. But like I said, I got a special guest for you all, man. So without further ado, I need y'all to warm it up, man. I'm about to bring up my boy Jonathan Zani to the stage, man. Let's bring up Jonathan. Let's bring him up. What up, Jonathan? What's good, man?
How you doing, Byron?
Man, I am blessed, man. Super blessed. Man, thank you for taking the time to definitely tap in, man. We got Mac from East Texas checking in. So, like I said, it's a good one. We got some Texas people in here. And
Awesome.
man, like I said, I'm excited, man. Shout out Tyrone, man, in my elite squad. I'm excited about this one, right? I think this one is one of the things. Instagram design Heather said, "Welcome, Jonathan. What's going on?" So, Jonathan, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Tell everybody about you, man. You got a very interesting story. Tell us how you got started, and kind of give us a background, and tell us how you got started into mobile home investing, bro.
So I actually stumbled upon it. Back in 2018, I was in the corporate world. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Venezuela. I came here in 2014, went to college, graduated in 2016, started in the corporate world, hated my life. And I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. We go through that. We feel like that this can't be it. This just can't be the only way. You see people sitting next to you that have been there for 30, 40 years doing the same job. And it just you get desperate. You get anxious. You're like, I just don't want this for myself. So I tried a bunch of different businesses. None of them worked. I wasn't consistent. That was, of course, my biggest issue. Then in 2018, I started dating my current wife now, but she was a server, right? So our schedules just didn't match. It was rough, Monday through Friday. She worked Wednesday through Sunday until
Yeah.
night. So um, it was just rough, right? So in my head, I'm like, I gotta do something. I want to spend more time with this woman. I gotta step it up. I gotta do something different. So I remember one Thursday night, I was walking around my apartment complex, and my cousin calls me. He's also Hispanic like me. He just came in 2016. He spoke no English. So he said, "Hey, I started, I bought a mobile home really cheap. I found on Facebook for like $500." He said, um, but it's just hard for me because I don't really know how to talk to people. I don't know English, right? So he told me,
Mhm.
"Do you mind helping me?" I'm like, "All right, let's go." So that's how it started, right? That's how it started. And then my cousin and I started in the beginning. I was lucky in parenthesis. One of the biggest things that I think the most important part about this is I always tell people try to find a mentor, try to
Mhm.
find somebody that guides you, because you're going to accelerate the process and you're going to be able to take off. So I was blessed to have at least two mentors in two separate areas in my life when it comes
Nice.
to the mobile homes that really helped me take off. First, it was my cousin. In the beginning, I had no idea how to even use a drill. I'm not gonna lie, I had no clue, right? But as an immigrant, I had worked in the service industry. I had struggled with money. I had to work. So I was like, okay, I'm up for it. So my cousin and I started buying really cheap mobile homes and fixing them ourselves. So
Nice.
he taught me because he did have some background on fixing them. So he understood how to do a lot of work on it. So I've been under those trailers, pretty nasty, some of them.
Mhm.
I've seen it all, right? And after a couple of months, we weren't doing really well because we had no idea what we were doing, but at least I understood how to talk to contractors, how to find better material. Um, it just helped me on that aspect. Understand that rehabbing a mobile home, you don't have to go all out and spend 30, 40, $50,000, go crazy with the materials,
Mhm.
and how easy it is. So when a contractor comes and gives you a bid that is just way too much, no, you're trying to screw me over, and then you
Mhm.
just go with the next one. I don't know. Um, we made about in a month. I made about $8,000, right? So to me,
Nice.
I was. Oh my God, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's the first thought that comes across your mind. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I need a truck, so I bought a $4,000 truck. Horrible truck. Within a month, it needed the engine redone. Just had a lot of issues. So I put another 4,000 in it. So I spent all my money because I was
Mhm.
already thinking at that point, the 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 deal flow is just gonna keep coming in, coming in, coming in, and all that. Well, of course, you know how this business is. One month you might have 10 homes, the next 2 months you might have no homes. So of course we went broke. We're like, okay, I have a truck, I have no work, I had to Uber. It was a struggle,
Mhm.
right? So we decided to go our separate ways. And then I had met another guy. His name is Michael Wisniewski. He's out here in the Dallas area. Amazing guy. He's from Mobile Home Offers. Great guy. He decided I reached out to him and I told him, hey man, just teach me what you know, because
Yeah.
I've seen him post homes and all that. I told him, teach me what you know. Like I'm ready for it.
Nice.
So he was like, okay, let's see. In the beginning, he was a little like, okay, let's see what you got. And I had this entitlement mindset, which he would have me go show homes, and he told me this is entrepreneurship. Nobody owes you shit.
Yeah,
So
facts.
he told me that, and then I would go show a home that he was trying to sell 10 times, and then on the 11th time he would go and he would sell, and he wouldn't give
Mm.
me a dollar. And of course, in the beginning, I got a little butthurt and upset, and I threw a
Yeah.
fit. And he was like, "Hey, man, you came to me. This is the way I'm going to teach you how to do it. If you don't like
Mm.
it, get the fuck out." He told me,
Right.
"Get out." So I'm like, "All right." That's what humbled me and made me understand. Okay, I gotta work.
Yeah.
I gotta work. And then I came across a deal that the guy was selling it for $10,000. It was a beautiful double wide in Euless, Texas. $10,000. I didn't have any money at that point because I was still in the mentorship part of just learning, following him, driving wherever he told me to go with him, see how he talked to contractor, park managers, how he negotiated deals, all that stuff. Um, then luckily my brother had some money saved. He had exactly
Mm.
$10,000 saved, right?
Nice.
And so I asked him, hey, let me borrow it. And then I brought Michael in and he did the rehab for $8,000, and we sold
Nice.
it for $64,000 within 2 months, and we split it
Ooh.
60-40. So that's what helped me take off. Because then I had 24,000. I gave my brother back the money. Of course, Michael got his money. and that I had about a $23,000 total approximately for me to use. I'm like, okay, now learn my lesson.
Yeah.
When in the beginning I made $8,000 and I went and spent it and I blew it,
Mhm.
then I had no money to keep buying homes, right?
Mhm.
So now it's like, okay, let me harvest that money. Let me make sure that that money is put to proper use. And from there, I was able to take off, and I've been
Wow.
able to do pretty good to my for myself. My dad died in 2012. It's my brother, my mom, and me, and I was able to bring my family up here in
Nice.
2016, and now I own my own house with my wife, and I was able last year to help my family buy their first house here in the United States. So
Wow.
that's the possibility that you can do. So I'm
Wow.
really tough on people that have the victim mentality. The
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's hard. It's like, bro, I came from another country. We came with nothing. We lost everything back in Venezuela because it's rough. And I was able to just achieve what I've achieved, which for a lot of
Mhm.
people might not be a lot, but for me, it's a lot, right? So, and side note, the important thing, and I know you know this because I've followed you for years at this
Yeah.
point, to have a good partner, a good
Mhm.
wife,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
She was down in South Dallas with me painting houses,
Wow.
just to help me with it. When she was a server and she had a day off, or she had to work at 5 and we were down there at 10 a.m., she would just
Mhm.
drive down there and help me paint. She didn't ask me for money. She didn't ask me for anything. She just wanted to be with me and help me.
Yeah.
So it is very important to be centered because when you come to a stable home, it helps you focus on everything else outside rather than
Absolutely.
focus on the issues at home and try to solve it, and then you completely forget about the outside. So yeah,
Wow.
that was my beginning. That's how it started, and ever since then, once I was able to take off with one home, I was able to just start doing deals myself, and it's been good since then.
Wow, man. That's amazing. Listen, if you I got a lot from that. And what I mean by that, man, for one, you dropped a lot of lessons. The first thing, and I'm gonna kind of go over because I got another question for you, but the key things that I really took from that, for one, like you said, man, listen, I'm an immigrant. I come from Venezuela. I came literally from, had nothing. And what you said key was like, man, the victim mentality. And a lot of times people have in their vocabulary, I can't, I will try. And they don't realize it's like, no, like I will, I must. And you had that, I must succeed. The second thing to me with the lesson that you had, bro, and I've been through this as well, is the first time we see some money, like you said, you made that 8 grand, you made some money. It's like, oh, because you ain't had that before. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm about to go get this. You begin to think about all your wants, and then before you know it, you're like, wait, hold on. Dang, I ain't,
Where's the
so
money?
exactly. And I think a lot of people get into this and think like, oh, they see the success and think like, oh, well, I just want to go. This is how I'm going to spend my money. I'm going to take a vacation, not realizing the loan game is reinvesting, because if you continue to reinvest like you did the second time, and then you talked about even having a mentor, right? Just being a shot, like the way you said it humbled you, man. That is very important, because sometimes people, I get it, like it's just like, well, I want a mentor so I could just make some money. It's like the experience, like he was letting you in his leads, like you wouldn't
Yeah,
even have those
yeah,
leads.
absolutely, absolutely. And I owe him so much, and he's been an amazing guide to me with
Mhm.
with this whole situation. He even let me in his house, and we developed a really good relationship actually. Um, but he also, a big part of it, which is that he saw that I was trying actually.
Mhm.
He didn't
Mhm.
have to. He told me, "Hey, tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'll pick you up." I was at
Nice.
5:55 a.m. I was waiting in the corner of a street he asked me to be, just waiting for him and make sure it was
Yeah.
fine. He told me, "You got to do this. You got to do this. If you don't like it," and he was rough on me sometimes, and you got to shut up and listen. That's it.
Nice.
You are asking him to teach you his ways.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're bringing the only value I was bringing really was saving him some time. Oh, you
Mhm.
got to go show this home, and of course, it helped the fact that I'm Hispanic, so I speak Spanish.
Mhm.
That's my main language. So,
Nice.
I met some movers when I was with my cousin because my cousin is great at networking with the in the Hispanic side, and a lot of the movers here in Texas are Hispanic.
Mhm.
Um, so I knew really good movers. I was able to speak to all here in Texas. The majority of the people we sell to are Hispanic.
Nice.
So I
Nice.
happen to fit in pretty well in the middle because the majority
Mhm.
of the homes I buy are from American people,
Mhm.
people that don't speak Spanish, and
Yeah.
I sell to people that speak Spanish.
Nice.
And I feel my biggest duty, and it's our biggest duty, is we're in the affordable housing industry.
Absolutely.
We're not selling a $500,000 home. Somebody who's going to put down 120,000. Somebody puts $120,000 for a home, they're doing pretty well in their life. You know,
Yes.
um, you're talking about people that are buying for 5,000, 10,000, 12,000. That's their life savings that they've worked
Mhm.
in the kitchen and doing yard work. And they're trusting you with because that's all they know how to do, and they're trusting you with the money. And it's and
Mhm.
our responsibility is to make sure we take care of them.
Absolutely.
We take care of them properly. One of the biggest thing I tell people is do not rehab home just trying to be so cheap and screw
Yeah.
people over. There are
Right.
kids that are going to be raised in this home, so you're
Yes.
selling,
Mm.
and give warranties. Um, if the AC goes out within the first week, don't fight it. Just send somebody to take care of it. It
Yes.
really comes around, and I've learned that I've had so many buyers from people that are, hey, you sold this home to this person, and they told me that you did great with them. Do you have something going on? I'm like, yes, I have this one in the same neighborhood. Do you want it? Yes, boom, sold. You
Nice.
know,
Nice.
it is our responsibility. I feel it's my responsibility, at least in this industry, because I speak Spanish. That
Yeah.
the majority of the buyers on my end, I take care of them properly.
Nice.
I'm as transparent as possible as I can. Not everything is going to be, beautiful and great. You're gonna there's going to be struggles, of course, but
Absolutely.
um, but you just got to be honest. There's a lot of scammers in this industry, so you just got to be honest and
Yeah.
do the
Right.
right thing.
You definitely got to watch out, man. Man, so man, that's man. Like I said, you dropping a lot of good things. I think people in this industry have to realize what we're doing. Let me ask you this though: what prompted? Because you're a mobile home dealer in Texas. What prompted you saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get licensed"? And what prompted that for you?
So when I started with my cousin, and this is funny, when I talked to him, his thought was like, I don't want to get a license because you got to give warranties, and then the state is going to come out for you. And look at this home; some of them are falling apart. We had no idea what we're doing. And then
Right.
you meet with park managers, and they say, "Oh yeah, it's just not worth it," or whatever. So you start with that idea. You're like, "Oh my god, warranties! This home, I'm barely making $1,000, and what if the AC goes out?" And you start getting all scared. Then when I was with Michael, my second mentor, he was licensed. He was like,
Mm.
get a in license. Just go
Mm.
get it. You got to do it. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to grow. We're trying to become a bigger business, and that's the only way. You want to do it
Mhm.
the right way. Nobody grows to just scamming people, and because eventually it's going to come and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
the way it's going to be. So I decided to go down there to Austin because here in Texas, at least here in Texas, because I'm very knowledgeable about the things here in Texas. Don't know much about the other states around me, but I'm all focused on Texas.
Yeah.
So here in Texas, you're allowed to legally sell one home only to transfer the title into your name and then sell
Mhm.
it legally. And then after that, you got to get a license.
Yes.
So I went down to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs in Austin. I'm in Dallas, Texas. So I
Nice.
went down to Austin and I got my license, my broker's license, I'm a retailer's license. Here it's called retailer. I know in the majority of the United States is dealers, but here's retailer. So I can sell homes. And here you got to give a 60-day habitability warranty. If you rehab a home and you sell it, you got to give it 60 days. Well, I'm
Mm.
happy to give that 60-day because I know the work my guys are doing. And
Mhm.
I know that it makes people feel comfortable because they're dropping $40,000, $50,000 on a home. They're like, okay, what about the AC? What about the roof?
Right.
What about this? What about that? I'm like, hey, listen, it's okay. At least I give you a 60-day warranty. And I've had situations where they call me 90 days later. I'm like, it's okay. Look, I'll take care of it. We're gonna be fine. And people appreciate that because again, they're using all their money that they've
Yep.
saved for 10, 12 years to find a home that they can. They have two kids and they want to raise their kids. They're
Absolutely.
trusting you with their family. So just do the right thing and you're gonna do good. That's
Man,
the way
that's
I see it.
That's good. That's real good. Like you said, doing the right thing, having integrity in this business, it goes a long way.
Yeah,
And I think sometimes people think about the quick buck versus if we do it for the long haul, I'm pretty sure you get a lot of referrals just based on the quality of work that you do
oh,
from having
absolutely.
integrity.
Absolutely. So not only from clients, but also from park managers. So
Mm.
that's one of the biggest things I tell people is you gotta be careful because the moment you, let's say you, there's a ton of parks in a lot of states and a lot of cities, anywhere you go, and you might hit it off with some managers, whether it is because it's the color of your skin, the way you talk, because you're Hispanic, because you just that she's a woman and you're a woman, or
Yeah,
she's a man, you're a man, or vice versa, whatever reason. Managers, some are gonna like you, some are not. That's just the
mhm,
way it's going to be, right? So but then
absolutely.
when you have the opportunity that one manager says, okay, well, um side note, that's a good way to get leads. Go talk, go network with park managers. You got to know
Mhm.
what you're saying, you got to know what you're doing. um but you only learn that by experiencing it. So, and before I get sidetracked, I just want to make a comment because this is how I really started uh, doing it. Besides looking at Michael do it or my cousin do it, I just said, one day I'm just going to dress up. One day I just dressed up, right? I'm going to start hitting a bunch of parks, right? I don't know
Mhm.
what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. And the first two or three parks, I stuttered. I looked like an idiot, inexperienced. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. Um, but eventually at the fourth, fifth, sixth, I'm starting to feel more confident. I'm starting to know what to tell the managers that it's gonna make them feel okay, I can trust this guy to tell him that we have an empty lot, or that I just had a call for somebody who really wants to sell their home cash right now. Let me
mhm,
give him that phone number, and they test you. A lot of them, they really test you and they see what they want to do and what you are willing to do or capable of doing. So once you have the opportunity, do it right. You
absolutely.
will have some managers that will tell you, hey, clean up the outside, do this after you spend a ton of money. Say, yes, I'll do it, because at the end of the day, they are the gatekeepers to that park. And I've experienced that. I've had parks, dude, that after 3 4 years working in those parks, I've had 20 30 homes on those parks. The amount of money you made
Nice,
on that park. And it
nice.
started maybe a little complicated. Maybe I didn't make much money on the first one. And if I would
Mhm.
have turned around and said, you know what, no, I'm not going to do it, I would have missed out on 20 plus homes.
Mm,
It's wild. It's wild when
yeah,
you see it that way. So you just gotta be open minded and understand. And same with, I help people sell their home because
nice.
I have the broker's license too.
Yeah,
Same thing. When I first started, I started looking at homes on Facebook that had a little time on the market. They were for sale by owners, horrible pictures, but they were in the 40 50,000 dollar range. I would message them and I'd be like, hey, I want to come see your home, with the intention to tell them I didn't have the money, with the
mhm,
intention to tell them that I wanted to help them sell the home. Again, the first couple, I stuttered. It was
mhm,
embarrassing. I felt bad.
yeah,
Um, but then after that, you catch on.
yes.
It becomes easy for you, and then you sound confident. Then people start trusting you. And the cool thing is, I've helped people sell homes in El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, all over the state of Texas without me going
Wow,
over there. I just ask
wow.
them to send me pictures, and I help
Yeah,
them sell it from where I'm at. Um, that's because I'm
nice.
confident now in what I'm doing. The way I talk to them, they feel confident on trusting me with their home.
Yeah,
And that's another way to make money and help people. Because
absolutely,
at the end of the day, you are helping people. They hire you
absolutely.
because they need help. They hire you because they need guidance, and you want to do it the right way.
Absolutely, man. Listen, you dropping a lot of good stuff. Let me ask you, Jonathan. I know normally these are 30 minutes, man, but this is good. You got some extra time, man? Are
Oh,
you all
I
right? So
have
look,
a lot of
this
time.
gonna be the deluxe version because normally my lunch and learns go to we go 30 minutes, but man, I honestly, man, I got a lot of stuff to ask you, bro. And again,
Go for it. Go for
I'm
it.
excited, man, because like I said, I think that this is one of those ones that people need to hear because a lot of people ask me, like, especially in Texas, like, should I go get my license? What do you think about license?
Yes.
And you definitely answered
Yes.
that.
Do it.
So let's talk about this, right? And I think we're gonna get back to some stuff, but I want to inspire somebody. Talk about your best deal. Like, what was one of those deals that you can stand out your mind? You like, I remember this deal. And this deal was like sweet.
So I've made more money in other deals, right? But this deal just blew my mind, right?
Mhm.
I get this lady, right? This lady calls me, and mind you, this was in 2019, I would say, I think. I didn't know much about anything, just, but I get this deal, right? She calls, she's like, hey, I'm trying to sell this double Y. It's on my property. No, I'm trying to get rid of this double wide.
Yeah.
It's on my property. I want to build a home. We've owned it since 1999 or 1995 or some stuff like that. AC doesn't work. Um, I don't know. I just don't want to have to pay to move it.
Mm,
I know movers. We've moved over 300 homes at this point, so I know I got a couple movers I trust. Um, and then I'm like, okay, let me go see it. I go see the home, and it's definitely has some wear and tear,
mhm.
but it's very solid. It's in
Nice.
great shape. I just the AC didn't work, and she was like, "I don't want to pay 5,000 to move it off. Do you think you can take it?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. Do you? What do you mean take it? Do you do you want any money?" Because I was so naive at that point. I'm
Right.
like, do you how much you want?" She's like, "I don't want any money. I just want it gone." I'm like, okay. Now, somebody had told me, and this was me at that point, that in Texas, in order to be a legal binding agreement, it has to be at least $100.
Mm,
So I was like, well, I told her that. I was like, hey, man, well, in Texas, to make it a legal binding agreement, I got to give you $100. She
yeah.
was so happy for the $100. She was so happy. She was like, oh my God, yes, I'll take the $100. And you're going to move the home. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Well, I get in the car because it was on private property. It was here in the DFW area. It was on
Mhm.
private property, but it was not gated. So I put a lockbox on the door. She
Okay.
gave me the keys. They left. I sit in the driveway. And a couple of weeks before, I had sold a double wide somewhere else for an investor who wanted to move a double wide to a piece of property that he was going to rent. And that's what he does. He finds pieces of land where he puts a double wide, rehabs it, rents it, and that's what he does. So I'm like, hey, man, I have a double wide.
Yeah.
Do you want some pictures? I send him some. That, mind you, this is on the driveway 15 minutes after I walked out of the house.
Nice.
I sent him pictures. He was like, okay, how much you want? I said, 27,000. He said, uh, I'll give you 22 or 21. I don't remember. We ended up at 24,000, right?
Nice.
So he said, okay, I'll meet you in about an hour. So within 2 hours, I made about $23,900 profit, pure profit. And this is, and I'm not saying this, I'm saying this in the sense of, yes, of course, it is possible. I don't
Mhm.
think this is a normal thing you're going to encounter, find
Right.
double whites left and right that you're going to make 20s. But that's what happened to me in that deal. And it's
Wow.
to me the wildest deal because within 2 hours, I had a certified cashier check for $24,000 that I
Wow.
just went and deposited in my account. And it just, it's what the mobile home industry offers. And then
Absolutely.
I didn't pay for the move. He paid for the move.
Mm.
So I just
Mm.
connected him. So I found the home. I connected him with the mover.
Yeah.
The mover took the home, and then that was it. That was it.
Wow.
So that was my craziest deal. I've had some deals that have made more, but of course I invest heavy on those deals, so it's different. But
Yeah.
on that one, it's if I was able to do that with $100, and maybe at that I didn't really have to give her the $100,
Yep.
but I just didn't know what I was doing. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't want to lose this deal, so I'm gonna make sure that is definitely a legal binding agreement. So
Absolutely.
let's sign a bill of sale with a statement of ownership and all that. So
Wow.
that was it. That was it. That was awesome. That was
Wow, bro.
definitely awesome.
That's crazy, man. Like, and so here's the thing: somebody's watching this, and they just heard you say you paid $100, and in turn you made 24,000, right? But here's the thing, right? And again, that's incredible. That's incredible. But I want you to talk to that person that's getting excited that thinks like, I want to go out and find a deal like that. Talk about the work you had to put though to
Oh,
put
oh,
to get to that
so
point where you getting deals like that.
correct. So you're talking about a year and a half of two different mentorships about after being under those homes, fixing toilets, getting shit on your chest from opening the sewer, all that fun stuff, getting yelled by your mentor, having to Uber and that because that's one of the things I had to do when Michael was my mentor, my second mentor.
Mhm.
Um, he would have to drive. He would show me what he was doing, but he wasn't paying me if we weren't selling, of course, because he didn't hire me. He was showing me. So
Right.
when I got home, I had to Uber. I had to
Mhm.
Uber to make money, to make ends
Mhm.
meet, and because I had to pay my bill.
Yep.
It's just what I had to do. So people think that, they wake up, they feel like doing something, and they just get in the car, they're going to find a deal. Life is great. I've run through contractors who've screwed. Got I've gotten scammed by contractors that they disappear with the money.
Same here.
I've gone scammed with sellers that because I've helped people sell their homes remotely. And they tell me, yes, I'll help. I charge them a fee. I find them a buyer, and I let them usually handle the money, and then they pay me because that's the only way they really trust me with allowing me to sell their home.
Mhm.
And then they don't pay me, and you were gonna don't take it personal.
Yeah.
They're not looking at you and saying, "Hey, Byron, I hate you, so I'm
Right.
gonna screw you over." I'm gonna
Right.
screw you over. You're a horrible person. I'm kind of no. There are people in need, or they're bad people, and they're
Mhm.
they're where they are because that's where they are. You know,
Absolutely.
so it's don't take it personal. Dwell on it for a day. When you lose that 400, 500, when you get screwed over by a contractor that they steal your money, you just
Yes.
want to go and slash their tires. You want to just think of all the wrong things. You're like, and then you
Absolutely.
stop for a second. You look at your life. You look at your wife, and you think, do I really want to possibly throw all this away for? No, this was my
Absolutely.
response. This is the thing with the victim mentality that I believe in. It was my fault that I
Mm.
trusted this guy. It was
Mm.
my fault. And yes, he screwed me over. He's not a good person, but it was me, and I
Mhm.
take it upon me. And it was like, Jonathan, you can't be this stupid next time. That's it. I'm not gonna sit upon there and say, because of that contractor, I'm screwed over and I can't do this. And no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah.
Learn and do it better. Just focus. That
Man,
that is a big thing for me.
that's huge. That's huge, man. That's huge. I like how you tied in again about that mentality, right? Some people would be ready to throw the towel in. This isn't for
Yeah.
me, but it's part of it. Like you talk, it made me. It's funny that you talked about. I had a plumber that scammed me, right? And I sent them. I remember sending him to Home Depot, pick up the materials. He went MIA. It was only maybe about at tops, like I want to say like $800 worth of materials, but still just principal. And then with funny thing, I want to say I actually saw a message from I was cleaning out my message requests, and I actually saw a message from him, which I think he has sent about 4 months later, like, "Hey, sorry, my phone was stolen. I got your materials." I just saw it literally like the other day, and I was like, I mean,
Oh
again, it was just
wow.
like
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it was just one of those
Yeah.
like,
And And one of the things that people got to understand, this is going to happen again. This is bound to happen in this business that you're bringing in so many people from some different areas. Um, it's bound to happen. So just be prepared. That's big companies, big corporations. Let's say the park owners and all that. They all have budgets
Mhm.
for lost money. The manager scam, contractors do horrible work. This is don't count penny and penny and everything is going to be perfect because it's not. It's
Absolutely.
messy. It's messy and complicated. But one thing I wanted to add that I forgot was about when I told you about the $8,000 that I used up right away compared
Yeah.
to the 20 some that I made and I actually harvested. Um, it happened to me when COVID hit.
Mm.
And this was to me the biggest eye opener was that there was a month I made $30,000. I lived in a one bedroom apartment with my wife. So we didn't have big expenses, right?
Nope.
So I'm like, okay, COVID hits. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be careful with this money. I had 30,000. I for that was 2020. For 4 months, 4 months, I did not make a dollar. I
Mm.
did not find homes, nothing. The world shut, everything was complicated. And we were totally okay.
Mhm.
We were in 4 months, maybe we spend $10,000, you know,
Yep.
$2,500 approximately a month.
Nice.
With bills, with eating,
Yeah.
we were fine. We were fine. And
Mhm.
then when after 4 months, when an opportunity came out, 20,000, boom, made it 40, and on and on and on, and they just kept going up.
Absolutely.
So it is huge. This is the biggest, the hardest part is to switch from the job mentality that no matter what you do, you can run your account to zero. This Friday, you're
Mhm.
gonna get paid.
Yep.
It's like the money you have is the money. It's what makes you money.
Yep.
That's it. So you better take care of it,
Mhm.
and eventually we're not here. nobody here wants to pretend to be rich. We
Right.
want to be wealthy. That's what we want. You
Absolutely.
know.
Absolutely, man. That's like you said, not trying to be pretend. Like we really want to be that. So let me ask you this, being in the Texas market, especially now, current 2024, any potential investor or any mobile home investors now that's in Texas, um, how do you see like how is the market trending right now in Texas? Is it, like especially with the climate of the economy now? Like what have you been seeing in Texas?
I feel like everybody's feeling it. I feel like homes are not selling as fast.
Mhm.
But when I say they're not selling as fast, is let's say if they sold within 2 to 3 weeks, now they're selling within a month and a half.
Mm,
You can have a deal that if you price it right, you might sell it. A lot of it, the thing is, a lot of it is it's not, oh, it's a great deal or not. It's sometimes it's chance. You know, sometimes you post it in the moment that that one person is looking for a home, and within a
mm,
couple of hours, you already have somebody in it. And
mhm.
sometimes you messed up on the post, whether it's Facebook Market, whether it's a for sale sign, whether whatever you um, social media you decide to use. Um, you post the wrong address. Facebook shadow bans you. You put the
Yeah.
wrong city. You struggle, and then you get no, and then you start editing, and then it puts you even at a lower position in the Facebook Marketplace. Let's put it that way. And then
Mhm.
then you start getting anxious. Then you drop the price, and then once you drop the price, people start seeing, okay, drop the price. There's something wrong here. They're struggling to sell it, and it's just a
Yeah.
snowball. And
Yeah.
dude, wait another week because you have an awesome deal. Just
Yeah.
relax. You breathe.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to take care of that money. Because if you have 30,000 or 20,000 invested in this home, but you have another 40 or 50,000 sitting in the bank right now, it's like, okay, I'm totally okay waiting 2 months paying lot rent until it sells because I know I priced it right.
Mm,
Compared to, I have 20,000 in it and I have
mhm.
2,000 in my bank account. I need to sell it, so you end up selling for 10,000, and you left out 10,000 on because you were just not smart with the money because you decided to
Mm.
go nightclub and every weekend because you bought all these shoes, all this
Yeah.
stuff, you bought a brand new car, and it's like, no, 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 no. Make money first,
Yep.
because once you make money, you walk different, you talk different, you feel different. It's just you're a different person. You do because you gain this confidence that just you wake up feeling good. You wake up feeling
Absolutely.
good. It's a different feeling. You wake up feeling good, and of course, it is a lot about the money, but it's the freedom that you now have.
Mhm.
You wake up on a
Mhm.
Tuesday morning, and if you wanted to relax that day with your family members and just enjoy, you can do it. You can just do whatever you need to do.
Absolutely, man. That's powerful, man. I remember, kind of making that transition, right? Coming, getting fired from my job, and once things before having to drive Lyft and make money, but once again, once the money started getting solid and we started to be comfortable, I remember, still hustling, but it was some days I could wake up and be like, you know what, I can sleep in at 10 a day. I can sleep in 11 because this is
Yep.
the opportunity I have now. I will say a lot of that changed once my daughter once my daughter got here because now she's the alarm clock now. But at the same
But
time,
but that's the thing. You have the time to be
yeah,
there.
yeah,
You're not hiring somebody to take care of her because you gotta be at 7 a.m. at
mhm,
this job every morning from Monday through Friday until 5 p.m. and on and on and on. You will be there. You
yeah,
have a meeting at 10 a.m. Okay, well, you take turns with your wife. Let me hop on this and let me get off, and then I'm back on it. I'm
absolutely,
back watching my daughter, my son. It is a huge thing.
absolutely, yes, man. That freedom is huge. So let me ask you this. Like a lot of people on here or the people watching the replay either want to get into start and begin to invest in mobile homes or currently are of tried and like what advice would you give to someone who wants to get in this industry and yeah like what would you tell them to start and like what solid advice would you give someone.
So I was talking to somebody about this yesterday because um, there's a negative side of having too many mentors or follow too many opinions
Yeah.
because we are all, what works for me might not work for you because of how you feel or how I feel. It's just as
Mhm.
simple as that, how we think, or the tunnel vision we have. So
Yeah.
then you have so many conflicting views, and I realize that because now I'm in the process of, I've reached out to a lot of people because I want to be mentored to, well, I'm being mentored by mobile home parks, mobile home
Nice.
communities, and all.
Mhm.
And it's been about 2 years at this point that I'm just trying to reach out to people, and it's hard because you knock on so many doors and they just shut you down, but you just got to keep going, right? So, but I got to a point in the beginning of this year that I had so many different opinions that
Mhm.
I shut down. I
Mm.
took a break for like 6 months without caring about mobile home parks or looking for parks because to me it seemed too hard and nobody really seemed to be on the same page.
Yeah.
So my first advice is definitely try to find somebody that you align with for whatever reason. Doesn't matter for whatever reason it is, but that you feel okay. I like this guy. I like this girl. I like the way he or she talks.
Mhm.
Um, they're close to my area. Let me just shoot them a message and see how they respond. And
Mhm.
then you will find somebody um, who is a dick, who's
Yeah.
short talk, and then it is what it is, and you move
Yeah.
on and keep trying, keep trying. I've reached out to hundreds of people, but um, keep trying, and then you'll eventually find somebody who's going to be like, "Hey, what's up? What do you
Mhm.
need? Let's hop on a call. Let's talk. Let's see where you are." So that's one. Definitely try to find somebody. Second of all, don't be scared. Like I say, I told you, I was like, I went to talk to managers and homeowners,
Mhm.
and it was embarrassing, dude.
Mm.
It was embarrassing. You will not just do it and get better
Mhm.
out of thin air. It just all of a sudden it won't be, it won't come to your head and boom. Now I know what to say. No, it's all by experience. It's like any
Mm.
sports. You play any sports, when you first start, you suck.
Yep.
And you start doing it and then you go on and try again and try again. And people make fun of you, and you look embarrassing. But then
Mhm.
eventually you're like, people start respecting you, and then you become really good at it. And then other people that come in are like, "Okay, can you show me? Can you teach me?" It's the same concept, dude. It's the same
Mhm.
concept. Just try, talk to people, reach out on Facebook Market. First, I always tell people that have reached out to me is, if you want to start making money with no money in the mobile home industry, is try to help people sell their home. You know,
Mhm.
just look on Facebook Market, look on Craigslist, look on all
Yep.
every time you can every day, and then eventually just reach out to people that you see they have posts that are not, it's the side of a home, and the
Right.
other picture is like the shed. No
Right.
inside pictures, no description, nothing. You're like, hey man, I would love to help you sell the home. I have a lot of customers that are, looking to buy homes like this, et cetera, et cetera. And then try and go over there and talk to them.
Mhm.
And I promise you, the first one is going to be intimidating. You're going to look stupid. I'm not going to lie. It's okay. We all did. We all did. But eventually, you're going to talk to somebody. And you're going to be like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it. Try to help me sell your my home, and I'll give you $2,000 or $3,000. And then eventually, you sell it, and maybe the first one you fail, and you can't.
Mhm.
I don't charge anybody if I don't sell a home, of course. It's
Nice.
all
Yep.
based on performance. Again,
Mhm.
nobody owes you shit. This is
Facts.
entrepreneurship. Nobody owes you shit. It's all based on performance. It's what you make out of it. So
Mhm.
help them sell their home. Bring some value to their life. You find a good customer. You find somebody that had the cash. You help them apply and get approved in the park. They're ready. They just have to sign the paper, and then
Mhm.
with that, 99% of the customers are gonna give you the fee that you asked for. You start low. I start low at $2,000, $3,000, and then
Yep.
eventually I raise my fee. And once you do it once, once you do it twice, you're like, okay, I can do this. I'm good at this.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
always be open to learn, because I did go through that. I did go through the time frame that I thought I was a shit. I thought I
Mm.
was too cool. And that what I did, it was just nobody could do it different.
Yep.
And then I had to humble myself, and I learned from old timers and people that have done a lot. And I just focus on learning. No matter where I'm at, I need to learn. I need to learn. Even if you just started 2 years ago, but you did something I haven't done in six,
Yep.
and it worked for you, what is it? Let me see if I can change this and do it better like you're doing. So be open to that. And yeah, I mean, just don't be scared. Just do. And consistency, dude. Consistency. I heard you yesterday because you were talking in the live how um you reach out to family, you want your family to do this because you want
Yeah.
financial freedom for them, and you want your friends and all that, and they say yes and all. but they don't have that consistency. They might try it one day and it
Right.
doesn't work for them one day. And they're like, it's okay. I'm going to fall back to my job. And you get frustrated. You're like, dude,
Yeah.
look at me.
Yeah.
Look at my bank account. Look what I'm doing. Like, I don't have a job. I haven't had a job in 6 years, five
Yeah.
years, you know, it's like, and I'm doing good. I bought a house and in my
Mhm.
family house and like, we're doing good. Like, why?
Mhm.
You're my best friend. You're my brother. You
Yep.
let me show you. And I'm like, ah. You know, it's not for
Mhm.
everybody, but just
Yeah.
be consistent. Those are the main advice I have to give. Consistency. Don't be embarrassed to embarrass yourself, and
Mhm.
just try. Try. It's not gonna fall. You're on your couch. It's not gonna happen. You got to
Yeah.
go out there. You got to try.
Man, that's powerful. That's powerful, man. That's funny you use that example because I feel like it's almost like when you're a kid and your parents tell you something like, don't do this, or this is the reason why. And then you hear it from someone else and then it makes sense. Right. And I think sometimes that's what it is. Like they see you in this light versus what they see you as now. So it's like, oh, well, you know, John's always going to be there. So, you know, when I'm ready, I'm going to go talk to
When I'm
John.
ready, yeah.
Right.
And
And
before
so,
you realize you wasted 10 years. 10 years. And sometimes, and this is another thing I told my close some of my friends and
mhm,
people that reach out to me. Um, Sometimes the difference of you could try today, and by luck or chance, you might find out one deal today that gives
mhm.
you $5 or $6,000, which for a lot of people it's life changing. Not because the
Yes.
money is going to change your life, but it's the whole experience is like, holy shit, I can do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Rather than if you decide to skip today and you try tomorrow,
Hmm.
then the deal doesn't happen, and then you push back on this for another year or 2 years. The difference of one day or a couple of hours from trying can push you back years, and
Hmm.
that's very important for people to understand. Just give it a try, dude. Just give it a try. Reach out to people. You can reach out to me. I always love talking. My wife always says um, how much I love talking about this stuff, because it
Yeah.
changed my life. So I
Yeah.
love, and I'm not a smart dude. I don't feel I'm a smart dude. I need a lot of I need to repeat things a lot.
Mm.
I need a lot of guidance, and um, I just want to be able to provide the same thing that I was providing, help and guidance, just,
Mhm.
hey, when they have the situation, I've had people that reach out on my other Instagram, because I switched now to my personal Jonathan
Yeah.
Zani, because dealing with two Instagrams to me just made me not use either,
Yeah.
so I was like, so I just started switching to my personal. But I've had people that tell me, hey, this manager, she's been horrible. I really want to buy this house. And I happen to know this manager. I'm like,
Mhm.
don't do it. I'm sorry. I know it seems like a good deal, but she'll make your life miserable. So I save you from a
Absolutely.
headache and disappointment. Let me steer you. Try this other parks, try this other person, or try to do it this way so she doesn't know that you bought this home, that
Mhm.
you're trying to sell it for the person that was there before. Like different things, different
Yeah.
strategies,
Right.
so you can make it work without, because some managers are terrible, and I'm sure you know that. Some
Yeah. Oh
managers
man.
are
Power
evil, man.
tripping. Yeah.
So
They
power
get a
trip.
little piece of they get a piece of power, man, and want to be the dictator of the community, man.
Yeah. They
I've definitely saw that.
they do definitely go on this power trip. That it's wild to me.
Absolutely, man. Man, Jonathan, man, this was good, man. This was good. We're gonna have to set up a part two, man. We're gonna have to bring you back.
Oh, I would love that. I would
Yeah,
love that.
man. We're gonna talk.
Definitely.
I think the next conversation we got to talk mobile home parks, man, and talk a little bit more, man. But
Absolutely.
this
Absolutely.
was very valuable, man. I appreciate your time. Like I said, normally we do 30 minutes, but I'm like, no, we got to extend this, all right, because
Thank you, man.
man, anytime, man. You came and you shared a lot of great insight. And I think that, if someone who's watching this, you definitely should receive a lot of value, right? And I think that's one of the key things. So, man, I got it up here, man. Before we get out of here, any last words for anybody who's watching, anything like that?
Just don't be embarrassed, because this is a business that you're gonna be dealing with people. And before, I wanted to make money without having to deal with people like, Amazon FBA, stock market, all those things that you don't really. But you know, people are the ones that have the money, and you're gonna be dealing with people. You're gonna be talking to people. Don't be embarrassed. I wasn't a huge talker before, and I feel
Mhm.
like this has changed me a lot. So just don't be embarrassed to be embarrassed, man.
Man, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, Jonathan, man, stick around for a second, man. Definitely want to talk to you off camera, man. You're doing some amazing things, man. Listen, make sure you guys follow him on Instagram at Jonathan Zani. Man, we truly appreciate y'all. Listen, y'all, this has been another episode of Lunch and Learn, the deluxe version. All right. So do me a favor again, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share this channel. The replay, if you're on Instagram, the replay will be on YouTube. The YouTube channel is the same thing at Mobile Home Elite Investors. If you're on any other platform, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Mobile Home Elite Investors. And you already know, y'all, listen, if you want to join the Elite Squad, the private community, either scan that QR code or visit the website at mobilehomeeliteinvestors.com. Man, I truly appreciate y'all. Listen, until next time, we'll see y'all next week, Monday through Friday, for lunch and learn, man. I truly, truly appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all have an amazing one. See y'all. Peace.
I guess.